You don't have to keep repeating a self that's expired. You can start over and over again from the quantum field. Welcome back to Goddess State, where strategy meets soul and visibility begins in the unseen. In this episode, we're diving into the quantum self, the version of you who is already visible, already magnetic, and deeply aligned with her desires. So stop thinking that she's some fantasy. She's a frequency, and she already exists in the field. So if your current self is creating chaos, confusion, or stagnation, this episode is your reset. You'll walk away knowing why you feel stuck, even if you're doing all the right things, how your aura is rehearsing old patterns without you realizing it, and how to collapse the timeline between where you are and who you came here to be through quantum field work, not through force. And this isn't just theory, I'm giving you micro wins all episode long, real energetic tools that you can use today to shift how you show up and how you're being seen. Because visibility is about being clearer, and clarity begins in the quantum. So every version of you already exists. There is a timeline where you're already magnetic, already visible, already embodied in your highest expression. Your only job is to choose her and begin to resonate with her right now. In the quantum field, nothing is linear. You're not climbing a ladder to visibility. You're collapsing a wave of possibility into this now moment. And you don't need to earn your way to that version of you. You just need to listen, because she's already speaking to you through that idea that lit you up last night, through the nudge to show up in a different way, or the vision that won't leave you alone. Maybe it's the part of you that whispers, "It could be easier than this." That's not fantasy, that is future memory speaking to you in this now moment. And when you act on those intuitive hits without waiting for proof, you start aligning with the most abundant version of your quantum self. So this episode isn't just about mindset, it's a timeline recalibration, a return to the version of you who's already seen, already trusted, already flowing with clarity and magnetism. And if you're a multi-passionate creative, someone with 1,000 ideas, visions, and creative pulls, this doesn't mean that you're scattered. It means that you're tuned into multiple timelines at once. But in the quantum, the question isn't which path is right. The real question is, which version of me feels most alive right now? Which vision is whispering the loudest through my body and not just my brain? Which creation brings clarity even through the chaos? That's your signal. And choosing a timeline doesn't mean betraying your other gifts. It just means choosing the clearest resonance in this moment, so your energy can collapse that timeline into being. You don't lose your multidimensionality by choosing. You actually activate it through focus, embodiment, and devotion. Because your genius can't land if your field is divided, and clarity is the portal to being felt. So let's begin where all visibility starts. In the quantum field, before the feed, you're already broadcasting a signal every day, all day long, even in your sleep. Before you write a word or hit record or press publish, you're already in transmission with the quantum field. Your nervous system is speaking, your aura is archiving, and your electromagnetic field is shaping how the world receives you. This is why two women can say the same thing, only one disappears in the scroll and the other shifts the room with a whisper. It's not necessarily about volume, but it's about voltage. And that voltage is born in your surrounding aura, not in your feed. So before you even create today, what's the signal that your body is sending out? Are you desperate, disconnected? Are you depressed? Or are you rooted in your truth? And I do want to mention that it's okay to show up when you're not feeling the most high vibrational. It's okay to show up if you are in fear or if you are depressed, because sometimes the act of content creation itself is an act of alchemy. So let that be your alchemical offering to the world. Show up even if you're going through chaos at home. Just know that people might also feel that energy, and that's okay. Sometimes, to break the mystery of that, you can say, "Hey, I'm not feeling my best today, but I'm showing up anyway because it is in alignment with my highest vision, with my overall truth." And sometimes we just need to meditate to shake the day off of us and recalibrate to our natural state of wholeness. So most people are showing up or posting from a fractured field. That's the hard truth. You can have the best strategy, the clearest branding, the most refined offers in the world, but if your aura is rehearsing visibility is unsafe, then your outer external actions and efforts will repel the very thing that you're calling in. This is what I see all the time. People say one thing, but their field is saying something completely opposite. They'll say something like, "I don't know what to post," but the translation is, "I'm afraid of being misunderstood." They'll say, "I don't feel inspired right now." In reality, they're saying, "I'm holding on to experiences that are blocking my flow." Or they'll say, "No one's seeing my stuff," but the translation is, "Because I haven't yet seen myself." These are all signs that you're broadcasting from a glitch in the frequency. And that glitch often comes from unprocessed visibility wounds. Memories where being seen meant being judged, abandoned, ridiculed, or punished. So your body is saying, we want to grow, but your aura is saying it's not safe to expand. This is the energetic split that a lot of content creators, coaches, all of us, artists, we have over and over again. So let's bring it back to the quantum. If you try to show up or market from misalignment, the field is not going to respond because your energy isn't clear enough to command it. And clarity is about coherence. So listen to what coherence is. Coherence is when your thoughts, your body, your voice, and your soul all agree. And that is the moment that the field starts working for you. Really think about that. That means that you become so much more of a powerful creator when you do parts work and integrate every part of you so that they all want the same things. Meaning your inner child who has that greatest dream is supported by your inner teen who believes in herself, and your inner adult who takes massive action because she too isn't holding on to the thoughts or fears that were never hers to begin with. So make sure that you haven't internalized voices along the way that you've mistaken to be your own. And once your energy becomes congruent, people feel you and they can't even explain why. So before you open up your social media, pause, place your hand on your heart, and ask yourself, what's the vibe that I'm transmitting right now? No judgment, just awareness. Because your next level of visibility, it's not hiding in your marketing plan, it's waiting in your frequency. And if you're holding on to shame or self-judgment, trace it to why. What's the memory that needs acceptance and alchemizing right now? Something I really love thinking about is how time isn't real, meaning the only thing to ever exist is right now. The quantum field doesn't care how long something has taken you or hasn't taken you, or how long that you've been walking the wrong path. It's only asking, who are you being right now? Because time is a story and frequency is reality. We've been taught to measure growth in timelines. How long have you been doing this? Shouldn't you be further along by now? Why isn't this happening for you yet? But the truth is, the quantum doesn't run on clocks. It runs on pure alignment. It doesn't ask what you've done. It asks, what are you vibrating right now? This is why some people can quantum leap in months and others grind for years with nothing to show for it. Joe Dispenza says the quantum field only responds to who you're being, not what you're doing. When your energy matches the future you, the universe delivers it now. Visibility doesn't come because of your history. It comes because of your energetic clarity. So what you want to do to align yourself with the right timeline is to collapse timelines. When you keep telling yourself the story of how long you've been stuck, you're anchoring yourself into that timeline. When you say things like, I've been building for years and it's still not working out for me. I've tried everything and I'm still not growing. I don't know if I'm cut out to do this. You're not just venting, you're vibrationally rehearsing limitation. And in the quantum field, rehearsal creates reality. This is why meditation is so powerful too, because it collapses the story. You stop referencing the past, you stop needing evidence, you enter a space where all versions of you exist, and you choose the one that's ready to be seen. So instead of saying it hasn't happened yet, just say, I'm calibrating to the version of me it's already happening for. Meditation is basically where you heal your aura on a quantum level. It's like being reborn energetically. That's why I have so many meditations in my Spotlight membership, which has just opened its doors. So I'm so excited for you guys to click the link below. It's really important to energetically calibrate for your next level so that you feel safe when all these eyes are on you. So this is your permission slip to stop dragging old timelines into your visibility journey. You're not behind, you're not starting over, you're just becoming so aligned that the quantum field has no choice but to respond. Your frequency is a declaration, and you get to change it, not in 6 months, but in this very moment. You don't have to be who you were 5 minutes ago. Your body is not a structured, crystallized thing. It's a process. It's actually an electric, living expression of possibility. Every breath you take is an opportunity to rewire your field. So instead of looping old stories, you anchor in a new identity. You rehearse the feeling of being heard, the energy of being ready, the field of being seen. Because when you plug into the now self, not the used to be self, you collapse the waiting game and visibility becomes inevitable. Now, we can't talk about the quantum self without talking about mastering your aura. Your aura is not just light, it's memory, it's a story, and it's a spell. And what isn't fully felt and consciously acknowledged becomes the frequency that you unconsciously broadcast to other people. Because your aura remembers what your mind has forgotten. We often think of being seen as what we say, but visibility is first what we store. So your aura is your history. It holds every time you were shamed, silenced, overlooked, and underestimated. It holds the moments you were laughed at for speaking or the time that someone left you because you were too much. It holds the feeling of being judged, exposed, humiliated online. These don't just live in your past, they live in your quantum field. These unprocessed experiences, they imprint the body, and until they're metabolized, they broadcast silently. So even when you say, I'm ready to be seen, your field might still be whispering, please don't see me too clearly, don't see what I'm going through. That's why being seen on a mass scale when you're going through really difficult personal experiences behind the scenes feels impossible. Because on the one hand, your body is confused on whether it should be shrinking or shining. On the other hand, we don't have business problems. We have emotional problems that show up in our business. So this is why affirmation without integration often fails, because your body is still rehearsing the trauma while your mouth is rehearsing the future. Most people are creating content from a body that's still in protection mode, a heart that's still guarded, a nervous system that's frozen, and they're wondering why their energy online isn't landing. But their energy is literally saying, don't get too close, don't see the real me. When your body becomes so used to stress, fear, and judgment, it will replay those states even in safety until you change your homeostasis, aka your main energetic state. This is why people say they want visibility, but then they shut down when it arrives, because on a cellular level, they've made hiding their home. So what you want to do is clear the archive of the aura. Sometimes the women I work with, they don't have strategy blocks at all. It's actually energetic blocks that live in their aura. So what you might need is a clearing. This looks like a deep, sacred grieving of who you had to be to stay safe. Whether that is the little girl who stopped raising her hand, or the teenager who dimmed her light, or the woman who kept her creative genius behind a filter. You don't need to judge her, you just need to thank her and then release her, because she was protecting you. But the version of you that holds power, pleasure, and presence, she needs space in the field now. The more you clear, the more magnetic you become. So let's talk about how to do this. And it is through meditation, but not in the way that you may believe, because most people are using meditation to escape their life, to calm down, or to numb, or to disconnect. But in the quantum, meditation is how you connect to the most magnetic version of you. It's kind of like sleeping while awake. And sleep is how we return to our natural home base. So meditation is conscious return to source. And Joe Dispenza teaches something called mental rehearsal. Athletes use it so they can make sure they have an amazing game. Performers use it for a show-stopping night. We're all broadcasting energy. So let's practice broadcasting the truth. When you sit in meditation and feel yourself being seen, not just liked or followed, but felt and recognized, you're preparing your nervous system to receive what it says it wants. So ask yourself, am I meditating to escape discomfort or to expand capacity? Because your body will block what your nervous system isn't prepared to hold. This is why meditation is so vital for women stepping into visibility. It's not just mindset, it's energetic rewiring. When you close your eyes and rehearse being seen, rehearse being fully expressed, fully supported, fully felt, your system is going to start to believe it's safe to shine, and it's going to stop coding visibility as a threat, and visibility is going to start to feel like your home base. Because remember, you're not just manifesting attention, you're building an energetic home for attention to land in. So the next time you meditate, don't just breathe, but visualize her. The you who's creating boldly, selling effortlessly, being interviewed, quoted, admired, trusted. Feel her like she's a memory from the future. Your meditation is like your content warm-up. It's your rehearsal room. It's your strategy session in the field. Because the more you rehearse being seen in the invisible, the less shocked your body is when the visible catches up. So before you post anything, sit, close your eyes, breathe, and feel what it's like to be recognized. Feel the DM from someone saying, your words changed me. Feel the payment notification. Feel your voice being quoted, and then open your eyes. Write from her, post from her. You're training your field to hold what's already yours, because visibility is simply a signal that you emit. And when you're in alignment, things happen with such ease that it will feel magical, but it's not magic. It's energetic integrity. You want to work on your alignment, so ask yourself, does my body feel safe with this message? Does my heart believe this offer is sacred? Does my mind agree with this price point? Do I actually want to be seen here on this platform? Because when the answer is yes across the board in every direction, you don't have to chase energy. You become the source of it. The quantum self is always speaking. She's never far. She's not waiting in the distance. She's whispering in the now. And she shows up in sparks of excitement, in intuitive nudges, in the quiet voice that says, this way. She doesn't speak in fear. She speaks in frequency. And her language is ease. So when something feels magnetic, follow it. When something lights you up or lights your body up, lean in. When you feel a pull, even if it doesn't make sense yet, that's her. That's your most abundant timeline calling. You collapse timelines by choosing what feels most alive again and again and again. This is how your future self becomes your present reality. Not through force or overthinking, but by honoring the clues that your field is already giving you. Because the quantum self has never left. She's just waiting for you to remember. You are her. So if this episode brought you home to a deeper truth, if you're ready to live, lead, and create from your field, not from your fear, then come join me inside the Spotlight membership. This is where we rehearse the future self daily, where you don't just learn to be visible, you become the woman who already is, with meditations, rituals, and real support for your voice, your vision, and your vibration. Link is in the show notes. Your next level of visibility is already happening. Let's calibrate to her together. I'll see you next week for the next episode.